Aí, tá funcionando. Teste, teste. Aí. Alô, teste. Teste, teste. Aí.
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen.
Our hero returns. You and I. What? Alas. Still. Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they... So... That was. As for me... You and I... What? Alas. Still... Try not to die. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. All right. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Salve, Centro de Nerd, de boa, mano? Como que você tá? Tudo certo por aí, mano? Por aqui tá tudo certo, mano. E aí, como é que você tá? Tudo beleza? Que ótimo, mano. Aí sim, hein? Ô, você que já finalizou o Final Fantasy XVI, me tira uma dúvida aqui, rapidão.
You deserve a rest.
Depois no final do Final Fantasy, a gente vai ter disponível batalha, tipo, a gente reprisar as batalhas de Icon? Ou não? Tipo, as batalhas estão só dentro dos capítulos e já era. É só essa dúvida que eu tenho mesmo, assim, tipo... Eu acho muito louco as batalhas de Icon, né? Eu queria repetir elas sem precisar fazer os capítulos todos.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite
Então provavelmente a
is
gente vai ter que fazer
unique to
tudo de
ash,
novo mesmo,
so it
né?
doesn't come cheap.
Dos...
And it's beyond my
O capítulo, né?
skill
Fazer a reprise
to
do
handle.
capítulo. É, fazer o que, né?
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Come on. Faster! My blade yet. So come. Let us feast on your flesh. Your feasting days are over. Let's try. I drink your blood! Titan!
Fala, Wendel. Boa noite, mano. Tudo certo e contigo, velho? Aí sim, mano. Valeu aí o apoio, cara. Aqui, ótimo. Como foi aí o final de
Those who
semana
come for
aí e
sport
tal?
deserve no better.
Tudo certinho?
Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia.
Aí sim, hein, mano.
Another crystal.
By the flames. That explains the heat. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling. Good girl. Be safe. One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
There he is. The man who said... I was hoping above.
I'm glad to.
Now,
No what?
you tell her... Right. It's high time...
Ah, normal, de boa, mano. Aqui já tava chovendo também. Esses tempos aí também tava com a internet meio ruim. Esses dias aí, então às vezes a live pode cair do nada também. Pode ficar tranquilo, mano. Eu tô mais quietinho assim, que eu tô bem cansado hoje. Mas conforme vocês não forem falando aí, a gente vai interagindo aí. Ah, às vezes os técnicos tá aí, ele nem resolve. Só dá uma, parece que ele só dá uma passada pra visitar só.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this isn't.
You and that merchant now. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you...
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen. Thank you, Clive. I honestly don't think I could have done it without all your help.
Sid, welcome back. A stolus from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a curse breaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
help you today, Clive?
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Tyre trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Curse breakers lead hard lives, and the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Rapaziada, eu tô mais quieto hoje porque... Nossa, eu tô realmente cansado hoje. Eu fiz uma viagem ontem, né? Aí, mano, hoje eu tô bem cansado. De segunda pra terça, né? Fiz uma viagem. Aí eu voltei ontem e, nossa, tô moidaço, hein? Cansado pra caramba ainda. Eu peço desculpas aí pelo silêncio total, mas eu tava louco pra jogar o Final Fantasy. Doido pra jogar. Ah, mano, eu quero jogar e... Vai ficar mudo assim mesmo. Tanto que eu não tô nem com a câmera ligada. Tipo, a câmera tá ligada. Alguma coisa... Sei lá, né? Vai começar os caras ficar pelados do nada aqui no jogo, aí a gente tem que tirar, né? Mas se isso não acontecer, aí vai ficar a tela do jogo mesmo. Senão aí fica. Aí eu boto minha cara aqui, nesse caso os caras ficam pelados do nada no jogo, né? Agora vamos pra parte de missão de verdade mesmo. Até agora eu tava só nas secundárias. As principais.
You're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be.
our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
The conquering hero returns, and with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done, Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. Is it business or pleasure? It's a relief, thank you, Clive. Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
What do you need?
You're a bloody riddance.
Not included. What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. And how am I meant to do that, then? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. And how am I meant to do that then? Yeah, that should do you. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Anything else?
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. Big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake. Like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? Look around you.
Arrumando aqui o microfone para ficar numa posição melhor.
Why? I have said it many times. His story. Were you aware? But what of the... Yes. Fare you well, Clive.
Por que ele já tá com uma marquinha em cima?
My knowledge is yours. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. What subject shall we consider today?
What knowledge do you need today?
Thanks to Sid.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
A falta que faz esse jogo ser dublado, né?
Here for another of my lectures. So what of its parliament? Which leaves but one man. Don't let me
Eu esqueci. Eu tinha que ter ido aqui pra falar.
My favorite. The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
How are you doing? It was slow. But now, thank you. Here you go.
Essas missões secundárias, não sabia.
Good day to you.
Bom, vamos ativar essas missões secundárias pelo menos. Aí depois eu volto aí para as missões principais. Ver o que esse cara tem aqui à venda. Tem algum recurso à venda?
You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Ah, go on.
They're a whisper. It give.
Of course.
You might.
Ativar essa missão também que tiver aqui. Eu já deixei todas as missões secundárias ativadas, aí depois eu só faço em off mesmo. Mas uma coisa é verdade, esse jogo ele tem realmente muito diálogo.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Gone, just like that.
What's the matter?
Não é ruim, mas tem hora que, né, dá uma cansada, né, um monte de diálogo.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it.
Essa galera da Logitech, depois de 4 dias analisando um caso meu ali, aí eles mandaram mensagem falando que foi aprovado a troca de um cabo. Demorou 4 dias para os caras analisar a troca de um cabo USB. Eu espero que eles mandem só o cabo. Se eles mandarem outro mouse, eu não sei o que eu vou fazer com outro mouse. Eu espero que eles mandem só o cabo USB lá. Eles têm essas manias de a gente falar que tá com um problema, aí eles pegam e mandam um produto novo. Mas, pô, mano, eu vou, tipo, se eles mandarem um mouse novo, tá ligado? 0 bala, eu falo, mano, não precisa. É um cabo USB só que eu preciso.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Podia ter uns teleportes mais rápidos, né? Pra gente poder ir até os caminhos aqui, né? O maior rolê.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Vamos o Otto, vai.
Otto, you're with me.
All right then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
Yous two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
Agora vamos para o rio ao sul de Velcro. Bora, bora. Cadê o Otto? Ele vai aparecer aqui do nada, quer ver?
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
Ah não, achei que ele ia aparecer aqui do nada. Ele tá ali, ó.
Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with this Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
com um pouco de raiva isso de você ficar procurando as coisas na área do que o jogo determina, sabe? E mostrar logo onde que precisa fazer, o jogo fica querendo se alongar mais do que o necessário. De forma desnecessária, tá ligado? Agora, quando é tipo, é uma proposta do jogo, fazer essas coisas e pá. Tipo, Zelda tem essa proposta, né? De tipo, ah, mano, se vira aí, dá seus pulos e pá. Você fala, até beleza, que é a proposta do jogo. Agora, isso aqui assim, tipo, é bobagem. Pra mim é pura bobagem de ficar com esse mistério todo, assim. Ah, onde que tá os fragmentos? Tipo, ah, procure. Pá, colete poeira estelar. Tipo, precisa fazer esse monte de palhaçada? Não precisa. É só mostrar no mapinha onde é que tá os ícones do que a gente precisa coletar e pronto. Toda essa frescura toda. Mas eles fazem isso pra alongar um pouco mais o jogo, pra dar barriga, né, pro jogo. Infelizmente. Aí o jogo fica marcado por ter uma barriga assim besta.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
Dar uma caminhada no deserto.
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Fale com Blackthorn. Aproveitar. Ah, eu ia fazer as missões secundárias, mas. Vamos pra missão principal mesmo. Aliás, aproveitar que a gente já tá no esquema, fazer essas missões secundárias aqui já. Porque eu vi que tem algumas missões secundárias que a gente perde se a gente não fizer. Ai.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight. Thanks, girl. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Trocar ideia com o maluco lá, né? Só pra ele saber o paradeiro do ajudante. Paradeiro do ajudante de...
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals!
Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Missão concluída. Engraçado que essa missão não teve nenhum combate, né? Vamos fazer a outra missão aqui agora. Tem outra missão para ativar aqui.
You right, Sid?
There is a Quentin.
Assim para ficar mais rápido, para poder já deixar as missões ativadas. O que eu faço para ir ali?
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
No, it was right.
Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? Good girl. Faster!
Enquanto a gente tá fora de combate, devia ter um botão pra gente poder ir mais rápido, né? Quando tá andando com o Clive.
You there. Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us, don't leave here alive. Too slow. Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
E aparece do nada.
Come on.
Chamei ele pra nada, porque ele não vai entrar ali.
No need to ride from here.
Mas as missões secundárias desse jogo, elas poderiam ser melhores. Elas são bem entediantes, essas missões secundárias, bem entediantes. Saudade de missões secundárias boas, estilo The Witcher 3. Tem missões secundárias melhores até do que a da história principal.
My friends and comrades.
Eu já tenho coisas novas aqui que eu vou poder talvez fazer crafting. Craftar algumas coisas.
I'm not going to change his mind. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
Acho que eu vou poder craftar uma espada nova, parece. Interessante.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Back, are ya? Not saying for you, do you?
Mas ainda precisa desse tal de osso de serpalva. Esse não tem a menor ideia de como faço pra pegar. Mas parece que é uma das melhores, se não a melhor espada do jogo, né?
Anything else?
Quanto não, meu parceiro? Lançando.
I went up to give some greens to the
Aí tem que dar a volta aqui, né, chat?
Editors started reading books that don't have anything.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Olhar para ver ali antes se tem missões secundárias disponíveis ali, né? Aqui essa parte nunca tinha vindo.
I know. I hear you've been busy making friends, Sid. Your predecessor had the same idea. Why, he even extended the hand of friendship to me. Not once, but twice.
Ah, tem um baú aqui, ó.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. Come again. I may have more for you.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Kuka. When I close my... Only I wish you were here. Off you go then.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind. If you're ready, we leave at once.
Come on. Faster!
Vou dar aquele golpezinho só pra sair do caminho, né? Só vai ficar esperto.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home?
Mais desses.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. Nice try.
Aí era.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Volte a falar com Mitch. Mas os caras estão aqui ainda? Ah, estão.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
Would you?
Your work is...
Tinha que ter um teleporte lá perto dela, meu. Pô, toda hora tem que ficar tendo esse rolê do caramba. Vou pegar aqui, ver se tem recompensa.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ainda é estranho chamarem ele de Cid. Nem vou lembrar do Cid lá que morreu, infelizmente. Meu pulinho dele é tão safado, tá ligado? Não faz nada esse pulinho, velho.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Thanks to Sid.
Thank you, Clive.
The nobleman who visited.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs. I see. I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion? Take your time.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
So, Clive, who will accompany you on...
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Where's Jill?
There's two.
Welcome. And a fine day to
Keep
you.
them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you spoiling another.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bush. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before.
We haven't much, but you're free to look. I hope it's to your liking.
Gastar dinheiro. Próprio. Coisa nem precisa me dar dinheiro pra fazer.
What do you want? And?
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
É só o cara gritar aqui, ó. Isso aqui, sei o que, na feira, né?
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
O papo de ficar perguntando ponto a ponto é meio americano demais, né? Sei lá, tipo, a gente o brasileiro ia chegar a dar o berro, quem tem não sei o que, não sei o que.
Perfect.
Mais
Now all
fácil.
that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Hippocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Quase derrubei meu controle aqui agora, tá? Em cima da mesa, enquanto tava na cutscene, fui pegar, ele escorregou. Nossa, quase foi pro chão. Já fiquei meio assustado até. Aí que o microfone tá apontado pra baixo. Pronto, agora que ele é apontado pra cima, vocês conseguem me ouvir melhor.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Eu acho que nesse jogo falta um pouco de opções de escolhas. Devia ter mais opções de escolhas, tipo escolhas que realmente façam impacto. De alguma forma. Saca? Tipo, sei lá, um impactozinho de leves, assim, tipo, algumas escolhazinhas de diálogo que levam pra caminhos diferentes. Acho que falta isso nesse jogo. Por mais que eu goste de jogo de história linear, eu acho que esse jogo não tem cara de história linear, saca? Não que eu não esteja gostando da história, eu tô gostando, mas eu acho que ainda falta um impacto um pouco maior. Eu acho que a história dele é muito, tipo, é boa, a história tá muito boa, mas ela tem uma barriga muito grande, sabe, na história. Tem partes que são muito entediantes demais. Então você fica entediado. Deve ter gente que até dropa o jogo em alguns momentos por causa disso.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Agora que eu vi que o Star Wars Jedi Survivor ele deu uma atualizada. Quero ver depois como é que ficou o desempenho do jogo no PC. De repente ficou bom. Ou não, né? De repente continua ruim.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Volte a falar com Mid, fale com Mid.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown, searching for a land untouched by the Blight, just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a
Opa,
ship.
liberou missão secundária importante. Lembra, aquelas missões com maisinho são missões secundárias importantes. Elas acrescentam alguma coisa ou na lore ou de equipamentos e coisas assim. Então vamos fazer ela. Aqui embaixo, será? Ou será que é do outro lado lá? Vamos ver aqui. Aqui mesmo.
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother. If you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Bora.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Vamos fazer essa missão então. Use o código de caçada para localizar o Bomba Rex. Vamos ver onde é que o Bomba Rex está. Pergunte sobre relatos de bomba. Esse daqui, ó. Onde ele tá? A Moringa, em Sambrec. Beleza, vamos achar esse bicho então. Sambrec acho que é aqui, não é? Nem sei onde é que fica Sambrec. É Rosaria, né? É. É, Sambrec. Bora encontrar essa tal de Amoringa. Como é que eu faço pra ver aqui mesmo? Pera aí. Mapa local. Ninho de dragão, pá. Deixa eu ver onde é que ele fala que tá mais ou menos, né? Perseguição, caminho que foi parar na floresta, para uma floresta próxima, onde encontrou as ruínas da aeronave dos decaídos dentro. Uma fera que aparentava ser uma grande bola de fogo perseguiu e fez sair gritando. A soldada pediu a criatura almanac do Ecos, mas insistiu que a bomba não fez a mãe que estava lá. Moringa em Sambrec. Tem que achar esse local aí da Moringa em Sambrec. Ó, aqui é Colinas, Fala Perdida, Rincão, Ninho de Dragão, Caos, porque não mostra, né, aqui onde que fica esse tal de Moringa. Ah, tem que dar um zoom a mais ainda. Beleza, vamos procurar aqui. Tentar achar, né, através dessa forma. Portal fluvial, isso aqui é o quê? Será que é esse lugar aqui que eu ainda não fui? Moor. Também não é. É difícil encontrar, né? É, meu parceiro, vai ser meio embaçado de achar. Onde é que eu falei que eu não tinha ido? Aqui, ó, né? Pra essa parte aqui. Eu tô achando que é aqui. Ô, filha da mãe. Pera aí. Tá de novo aqui. Vou marcar aqui, ó. Ah, não consigo marcar? Ai, que inferno. Tem que vir pra cá pra poder marcar. Tá bom, né? Marcações, pronto.
Come on.
Vamos tentar ir pra lá, pra ver se é lá, né? De repente não é. Acho que é o único lugar que pode ser, porque os outros lugares todos estão marcados, normais. Quer dizer, todos os outros lugares eles estão com os nomes tranquilos. Só aquele lugarzinho ali que aparentemente deve ser, porque a moringa só pode ser ali. Acho que ali tem um hipogrifo, hein? Olha. Eu tô indo pro lado certo? É, tô. Quer dizer, não sei se é o lado certo exatamente. Cara, não é também aqui, é o advento. Mano, onde fica essa moringa então? Aí o jogo me quebra, né? Porque eu não tenho a menor ideia agora de onde pode ser. Ah, tem um espacinho aqui também que eu não fui ainda, ó. A caçada imperial. Pode ser ali. Vamos fazer um fast travel aqui.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Engraçado que hoje eu tô bem cansado. Eu não devia estar cansado desse jeito. Já devia estar suave já hoje. Fiz a viagenzinha, mas... tipo, já passou já o tempo. Já descansei já e tal. Não era pra eu estar cansado desse jeito ainda. Ah, aqui ó, moringa aqui em cima, tá vendo? Agora vamos pra lá pra poder enfrentar essa criatura aí e já fazer a missão secundária aí já e pá. É aqui? É, né? É. Aliás, antes de ir pra lá, deixa eu ver o que tem aqui. De repente tem algum ponto de viagem rápida por aqui. Deixa eu ver.
Back to the stables, girl.
Tem nada. Ó, tem um baúzinho ali? Tem. Fly Ambrosia. Da hora, né? O jeitinho que ele fala. Fly Ambrosia.
Be safe.
Aí esse bicho aí. Bomba Rex.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Deixa eu tirar do mapa essa marcação que já tá me irritando.
Nice try.
A preula, velho. Que isso, meu bom. Quero pegar o rei ali. Sai daí, mano. Caraca. Já era. Espólios.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That's better. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Se o cara precisar mais disso que isso aqui, se vira. Bora lá? Ah, tem outras missões secundárias aqui também disponíveis. Vamos fazer essa daqui, aí a gente faz mais uma missãozinha principal, aí a gente já sai com o encerramento por aqui.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
Nossa, será que finalmente eles vão dar mais poções?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Necessário para aumentar a capacidade do inventário. Finalmente. Inventário aumentado. Nossa, eu tenho uma bolsa de poções tratada que aumentará a capacidade de carregar itens consumíveis. O aumento será da seguinte maneira. Poções de 4 foram para 6, super poções de 3 foram para 4, tônico robusto de 2 foi para 3 e tônico litoderme de 2 para 3. Nossa, ela tá precisando muito, cara, de upgrade de poção. Muito mesmo. Bom, rapaziada, é isso, ó. Eu vou seguir com o encerramento dessa live por aqui. Tá, foi... hoje, infelizmente, eu não tava muito bem, tô cansado pra caramba. Então, não foi muito produtivo, assim, né, a live. não interagi muito com vocês. Mas vamos ver, né? Se amanhã estiver mais recuperado, a gente consegue trocar mais ideia. É só olhar aqui pra ver se tem alguma coisa a mais aqui pra gente poder fazer. Ainda não, é só preciso de 40 ainda. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma missão aqui. Nada. Então é isso, rapaziada. Vou encerrar essa live por aqui. Muito obrigado a todos que acompanharam aqui. Talvez amanhã... Amanhã eu vou jogar um pouco de COD, de Call of Duty, do Black Ops. Não sei se eu jogo ele, se eu volto a jogar Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos ver. Amanhã a gente decide, né, até a hora de eu iniciar a live. Pode ser que a live inicie mais cedo e vá até um pouco mais tarde. Não sei, vamos ver. Amanhã a gente descobre isso, fechou? Então eu vou indo nessa, galera. Valeu pra todo mundo que acompanhou aqui. Eu só vou encerrar as lives, eu não vou mandar vocês pra nenhum lugar, fechou? É isso aí, valeu, falou e vejo vocês na próxima live. Até mais, tchau, tchau.